Antarctica, the southernmost continent on Earth, has always been shrouded in mystery and intrigue. Despite being discovered only in 1820, the presence of Antarctica on ancient maps from the 1500s suggests the possibility of a lost civilization. The extreme cold and harsh environment of the continent make it a challenging place to explore, and only a handful of people live on its vast 13.66 million square kilometers of landmass. The continent's secrets and unsolved mysteries. Antarctica's presence on ancient maps is striking, considering it wasn't discovered until 1820. The continent has always been a mystery, and its appearance on maps from the 1500s suggests the possibility of a lost civilization. Despite its landmass of 13.66 million square kilometers, Antarctica remains sparsely inhabited, with less than 10,000 people living there. Antarctica has been a mysterious and sparsely inhabited place, with less than 10,000 people living on its vast 13.66 million square kilometers of landmass. Joe Rogan, a popular podcaster, has explored some of the region's secrets through interviews with scientists and explorers. Operation High Up and the Missing 411 are among the topics covered in his podcast. With additional external sources, we can uncover some of the weirdest and most shocking facts about Antarctica. Joe Rogan had a shocking revelation on his podcast in 2022 about Operation High Jump, a military exercise that took place in Antarctica in 1946 to 1947. The exercise involved 13 warships, 4,700 military personnel, and aerial vehicles. The official objective was to train personnel in cold conditions and to establish military feasibility. However, some speculate that there were other motives, including encounters with aliens and Nazis. On a podcast episode of Joe Rogan Experience in 2022, Sam Tripoli shared the details of Operation High Jump, a military exercise that took place in Antarctica from 1946 to 1947. The operation aimed to establish American sovereignty over the region and train military personnel in extreme cold conditions. However, according to journals written by Admiral Byrd, Navy commander, the operation made contact with Nazi UFOs and later cut a deal with aliens for conducting experiments on people in national parks and forests. This story leads to that of the Missing 411, a series of unsolved cases. Joe Rogan discussed some of the secrets of Antarctica on his podcast with guests, including Operation High Jump, a military exercise in Antarctica in 1946 to 1947, which involved President Truman, Admiral Byrd, Nazis, and aliens. Sam Tripoli, a fellow podcaster, also talked about the Missing 411, a series of unsolved cases of people who disappeared in national parks. While some of the claims are conspiracy theories, it raises questions about what really happened in Antarctica and its military significance. Additionally, the extreme cold is one of the reasons why Antarctica is sparsely populated. Antarctica is extremely cold, and adventurers who visit the region need to follow a strict dress code to survive. In a podcast episode of the Joe Rogan Experience, Colin Brady, a popular adventurer, spoke about his experience crossing Antarctica's landmass solo and unsupported. He explained the adjustments he had to make to his clothing and timing to survive the harsh weather conditions. Antarctica is an extreme and harsh environment that requires strict precautions to survive. Sweating in the cold can be dangerous, as it can freeze outer layers of clothing and cause harm when warming up again. Adventurers like Colin Brady have to take extra measures to avoid sweating and stay warm. Despite the challenges, many people still visit Antarctica for various activities, including tourism. The Antarctic Treaty is an agreement among nations that regulates activities on the continent to ensure its preservation and peaceful use. Antarctica is not a place you can venture into without taking necessary precautions, given the extreme weather conditions and the threat of frostbite. The Antarctic Treaty System, signed in 1959, prohibits any single country from claiming ownership of the continent. The treaty is signed by 12 countries, including the US, and it limits human activity on the continent to peaceful scientific research only. The Antarctic Treaty System was established in 1959 between 12 countries to ensure that the continent is protected and only used for research and tourism. The treaty regulates all human activity in Antarctica to prevent any man-made activity from threatening the environment. Permits are required for anyone looking to be present on the continent, and exploration of Antarctica's underground lakes and oceans is on. Scientists discovered an ecosystem thriving beneath the Antarctic waters in the 1970s, revealing the extent of the region's untapped potential. About 400 lakes have been found beneath 3 kilometers of ice, believed to have formed during the separation of Antarctica from Gondwana land. Lake Vostok, the largest subglacial lake discovered in the region, lies 2.5 kilometers below the ice with a temperature of -3 degrees Celsius. There are pyramids in Antarctica that are believed to be older than the ones in Egypt. The pyramids were discovered in 2013 using satellite imagery and are located near the Shackleton mountain range. However, there is a lot of debate surrounding the existence of these pyramids, as they have not been directly observed or studied in person. Satellites discovered a strange formation that appeared to be a man-made pyramid peeking out of the ice in Antarctica in 2016. Scientists believe that this pyramid was erected hundreds of thousands of years ago, indicating the possibility of a civilization of humans in the region. However, the area is still inaccessible, and further evidence is needed to support this claim. In 2017, a team of geologists from the Alfred Wegener Institute discovered evidence of a tectonic shift that could have made parts of Antarctica habitable around 14 million years ago. Geologists from the Alfred Wegener Institute for Polar Marine Research collected core samples from Antarctica's seafloor and found evidence that the continent's climate was not always as cold and uninhabitable as it is now. They hypothesized that Antarctica survived a meteorite hit that could have been worse than the one that caused the extinction of the dinosaurs. There is also speculation that ancient humans may have been able to survive extinction-level events. Satellites discovered a pyramid-like formation in Antarctica in 2016, which some scientists believe to be evidence of a human settlement in the area. A geological team from Germany's Alfred Wegener Institute for Polar Marine Research collected core samples from the continent's seafloor in 2017, hypothesizing that the climate in Antarctica may have been more hospitable to life in the past. A massive meteorite impact that created a 482-kilometer wide crater in Antarctica could have caused a global extinction event, according to a joint mission by NASA and the German Aerospace Center in 2006. Accessing Antarctica is difficult, and much of the continent remains unexplored due to its harsh climate and lack of infrastructure. Satellite images have shown a strange formation that appeared to be a man-made pyramid in Antarctica, suggesting that humans may have settled in the area before. A team of geologists collected core samples from deep within the frozen seafloor of Antarctica, hypothesizing that the continent's climate might not have always been as uninhabitable as it is today. There is also evidence of a massive meteorite hit in Antarctica that could have caused a global extinction-level event. Access to certain sectors of Antarctica is restricted, and some believe that secretive experiments or operations may be taking place there. The third man factor is a phenomenon experienced by many explorers in dangerous situations, where they feel the presence of someone guiding or watching over them, even though no one is physically there. This feeling has been reported by many visitors to Antarctica, especially due to the continent's unusual periods of light and darkness. Some have even reported hallucinations and seeing shadows with no apparent source while exploring the region. The third man factor is a phenomenon experienced by explorers in Antarctica, where they feel the presence of someone walking with them or guiding them during times of distress or danger. One notable experience was by explorer Ernest Shackleton and his companions during their expedition in 1914. Another unusual discovery in Antarctica is the Blood Falls, a stretch of water in the McMurdo Dry Valleys that gets its name from its unique color. Blood Falls is a unique waterfall located in the McMurdo Dry Valleys of Antarctica, known for its distinct red color. It was discovered in 1911 by a geologist named Thomas Griffith Taylor. Scientists were initially unsure of the reason for the waterfall's color, but later found that it was due to the water's high salt content. The waterfall runs continuously, pouring out of a glacier into a lake, and is about 5 stories high. There have been sightings of UFOs in Antarctica, including a recent discovery of a metallic object partially covered in ice that resembles an alien spacecraft. Some believe that this could be evidence of an alien civilization visiting Earth thousands of years ago. Despite its extreme conditions, experts suggest that Antarctica may still hold scientific significance and potential for discovery. Antarctica is a cold and remote continent with 90% of the world's ice. There have been some interesting discoveries there, such as the Blood Falls, a red waterfall caused by the high iron content of the water. There have also been reported sightings of UFOs and a glacier that produces melodic sounds. The Ross Ice Shelf, the largest of its kind in Antarctica, produces continuous seismic tones, which scientists use to measure the shelf's stability and vulnerability to climatic conditions. With Antarctica being so secluded, there is much more to discover, and it's a fascinating place to explore. So that's it for today's video. Hope you like it. If you really then, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon for more videos. Thanks for watching and have a wonderful day.